Maya is a 5-year-old African-American female brought in by her grandmother, who's the historian, saying that she's been complaining of itching a lot and there's scaly things on her skin. It's really dry no matter how much lotion she puts on it. It's been there for 2 months. She can't seem to make it better. Um, it's all over her arms, more on her upper arms, some on her shins, the back, and the back of her neck. It only hurts when she scratches it. It burns when it does hurt. She has about 20, ranging in size from dime size to quarter size. They're white and flaky. They have edges. It's raised slightly, and they are red when they get scratched. They've been there for 2 months. It gets worse after a bath and when she does activities that cause sweating. She does have random times that she itches that she can't relate to anything. She does use hydrocortisone 1% over the counter after a bath. It does not seem to help. It doesn't affect Maya's function at pre-K or sleeping. It doesn't wake her up at night. She does complain about the itchiness, but it doesn't affect her play at school. She has no recent illnesses or has been exposed to strep throat and chickenpox at pre-K last year, and grandmother wants Maya's shots for kindergarten. No other home remedies tried. She takes no prescription meds. She only takes Tylenol and Motrin as needed for pain. No herbal medications. She takes Flintstone gummies in the morning since she was 3. Um, cannot get the birth history from the grandmother, but just she knows she was a C-section baby. No food allergy. She fell out of a tree when she was 4, went to urgent care, got an x-ray, but no follow-up care was needed. She had a UTI at age 3 because she was holding her urine a lot, was treated with a 10-day course of Cipro, but denies incontinence since then. No operations or hospitalization. Um, Grandmother states her developmental history is much like the other children in Maya's class. She does well in school. There's no concerns from the teacher, no behavioral issues, likes to talk to her friends, which is the only reason she's ever gotten in trouble. Has 1 bowel movement per day, and it's controlled. There's no menstrual history. Her immunizations are up to date except for her kindergarten vaccines. Passed her last hearing test. There's no other imaging or screenings that grandmother's aware of. Grandmother is 48, primary caregiver. She's a secretary and has a history of hypertension. Grandfather also lives in the home, is 50, has high cholesterol, and he's a warehouse manager. Mother does not live in the home. She's 22, has kidney disease. The father is uninvolved. There's no family history of this similar rash that Maya has. Um, they live in the house, 2 bedrooms. The grandmother and grandfather sleep in the same bedroom. Maya sleeps in her own bed. They have no pets. The grandfather smokes in the home. They use city water. There are no other exposures she's concerned about, and there are no outside help from other caregivers, and no one else lives in the home. She has Blue Cross and Blue Shield of North Carolina. They like to spend time together over dinner. Grandmother goes on mall trips with her to get her hair done, and Maya's going to start cheerleading. She has a good appetite. She likes collard greens and spinach, but doesn't like asparagus and Brussels sprouts. Um, she urinates without difficulty and has a bowel movement every day. She gets some exercise at recess at school and watches TV when she gets home from school. Grandmother's worried that Maya is spending too much time watching TV and wants to encourage physical activity. She goes to bed around 9 p.m., sleeps through the night with occasional nightmares, sleeps in her own bed, and is not tired during the day. Some kids at school were starting to say things about Maya's rash, so she wanted to come to the doctor to get it checked out. There's no violence, and she has lots of friends at pre-K. Her general appearance, she's well-appearing, smiling, interactive with a nurse practitioner and grandmother, sitting in grandma's lap, responds to simple questions appropriately. She does have an increased weight gain since her last visit, greater than expected. Talked about her skin. She does wear glasses. Since age 4, she's positive for myopia, negative for nystagmus, discharge, conjunctivitis, redness, and itchiness. ENT, she had a cold a month ago, but is negative for rhinorrhea currently, negative for adenitis, snoring, postnasal drip. She speaks in full sentences, negative for dysarthria. She had bilateral loss of her central incisors. She denies gingivitis, cavities, avulsions, and her first central incisor erupted at 6 months. She tolerates physical activity without difficulty. She's negative for chest pain, cough, sputum, wheezing, asthma, pneumonia, frequent URIs, and syncope. GI, no history of GERD. Stools are consistent, soft form without pain, denies abdominal pain, diarrhea, enteroparesis. Urinary, she's positive for urinary retention at age 3. Her urine is clear, yellow without frequency or dysuria. Her stream is consistent, and she's negative for enuresis. Neuromuscular, positive for pes planus and headache when she's not wearing her glasses at pre-K. Positive for febrile seizures at 6 and 9 months without recurrence. No history of scoliosis or ataxia.